Srila Prabhupada ki, Kirtan ki, Bhagavatam class ki, और पूरी बात और विश्वास नहीं हो So, Prabhuji, please bless me. If I speak something wrong, Prabhuji, please bless me. Please bless me. And Ram Chandra Prabhu, please bless me. I'm today speaking because just to purify myself, because this is the only way which my purification can happen. It is said that if you, Guru Maharaj always said that the best way to engage somebody is tell him to become a preacher. That's why we say when you tell him to become a preacher, at least what happens, he himself will start preaching himself. He will take care for himself before taking care of others. So, okay, all are welcome to this wonderful Sunday class which Srila Prabhupada has started. It is called Sunday program. And the main reason of this class was to nurture our bhakti, nurture our spiritual greed, and see that how the bhakti which is there inside comes out more and more. The only purpose of this Sunday classes. So there are many people who come once in a week. Prabhupada wanted that at least once in a week that people should come in the temple, associate, and we call in Bombay as a Preeti Vardhanam program, where people come and the Preeti Vardhanam what we call. So you will all have to tolerate at least 1 hour. And the purpose is to see that how we can discuss more and more of the Bhakti Tattva, by which at the end of the class we get more and more enthusiasm to perform most powerful Bhakti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Namo Pankajanaಭaya Namo Pankajamadine Namo Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare. Seventh canto, first chapter, shlok number 31. Gopya kamad bhaya kanso Vaishyascedyadayo nipa Sambandhat vashnaya sneha Yuyam bhaktya vayam vibhu Gopya kamad bhayat kanso Vaishyascedyadyayo nipa Sambandhat prashnaye sneha Yuyam bhaktya vayam vibho. Somebody, Prabhuji's.
Kamad Bhayat Kanso Sambandha Krishnaya Sneha Yuyam Bhaktya Vayam Vibho Gopya Kamad Bhayat Kanso Chadyadayo Nripaha Sambandha Krishnaya Sneha Yuyam Bhaktya Vayam Vibho Gopya Kamad Bhayat Kanso Chadyadayo Nripaha Sambandha Krishnaya Sneha Yuyam Bhaktya Vayam Vibho
Mataris. Gopya kamad bhayat kanso Vaishyascedyadayo nipa Sambandhat krishnaya sneha Yuyam bhaktya vayam vibhu. Gopya, the gopis, kama, out of lusty desire, bhaya, out of fear, kansaha, king kansa, vesha, out of envy, chaityadyaha, Shishupal and others, Snipa, kings, Sambandhat, out of kingship, Vashnaya, the Vrishnis or the Yadav, Sneha, out of affection, Yuyam, you, the Pandava, Aktya, by devotional sway, Vayam, we, before, O great king. Translation: My dear King Yudhishthira, the gopis by their lusty desires, Kansa by his fear, Shishupal and other kings by envy, the Yados by their familial relationship with Krishna, and Pandavas by their great affection for Krishna, and we, the general devotees, by our devotional service, have obtained the mercy of Krishna. Purpose by Prabhupada ki, Shri Radha Gopi Vallabh ki, different persons achieve different types of mukti. Sayutya, Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya, Shastri. According to their own intense desire, which is called bhava. Thus it is described here that the gopis, by their lusty desires, which is based upon their intense love for Krishna, became the most beloved devotees of Lord. Although the gopis at Vrindavan expressed their lusty desires in relationship with a paramour, Parkiya Rasa, they actually had no lusty desire. This is significant of spiritual advancement. Their desires appear lusty, but actually they were not the lusty desire of material world. Chaitanya Charitamrita compares the desire of the spiritual and the material world to gold and iron. Both gold and iron are metal, but there is a vast difference in their value. The lusty desires of gopis for Krishna are compared to gold, and material desires are compared to iron. Kansa and other enemies of Krishna merged into the existence of Brahman. But why should Krishna's friend and devotees have the same position? Krishna's devotees attain the association of Lord as his constant companion, either in Vrindavan or in Vaikuntha planet. Similarly, although Narad Muni wandered in the real world, he has exalted devotion for Narayana. The Vrishnis and Yadavs and the fathers and the mothers of Krishna in Vrindavan all had familiar relationship with Krishna. Krishna's foster father and mother in Vrindavan, however, are much more exalted than Vasudeva and Devaki. Shri Chaitanya Krishna Sthapitam So in today's shloka, we should know where all this is leading up to. And this discussion is going on for so many days about how Naradaji is explaining to Yudhishthira Maharaj, where Yudhishthira Maharaj was disturbed about how Shishupal, how did Shishupal, who is so envious, got liberated? How did he enter inside the body of God? And regarding these questions, actually it goes back that the question is asked by Parikshit Maharaj to Shukdev Goswami Maharaj, that it feels that Lord is partial. Lord is partial. And regarding this, the narration comes to this point. And Lord, how Naradaji says that Lord is Samoham Sarvam. Name Vishwastina Priya. Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya. That those who do my devotion, they are very dear to me. And I'm equal to that devotion. In that this regard, relation, this story is happening. And here, Naraji is explaining that, in short, how bhakti is glorious. How bhakti is glorious. And anybody who comes in contact with bhakti gets purified and he gets liberated and he attains the supreme code of the universe. In this connection, we go to the 11th canto of Bhagavatam and the 12th chapter where Uddhava and Lord is speaking. So in this connection, the question that was asked by Uddhava, Sri Bhagavan, the chapter is beyond renunciation and knowledge. I'll read some of the paragraphs because it's completely relates to this shloka, what we are reading to. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said that, my dear Uddhava, by associating with my pure devotees, one can destroy one's attraction to all objects of material sense gratification. Such purifying association brings me under their control of my devotees. One may perform Ashtanga Yoga system, engage in philosophical analysis of elements of material nature, practice non-violence and other ordinary principles of piety, chant the Vedas, perform penances, take the renounced order of life, execute sacrificial performance of digging well, planting trees, and performing other public welfare activities, giving charities, carried out severe vows, worship of demigods, chanting confidential mantras, visit holy places, or accept major and minor, disciplinary injunctions. But even by performing such activities, one does not bring me under his control. And then he further says, Lord says further, if it is possible, you can put it on the board. That is 11th canto, 12th chapter. It is possible. Because this is related to this thing. Lord says, in every yoga, many living entities entangled in the mode of passion by devotees. Thus, each living entities, such as Daityas, Rakshasas, birds, beasts, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Nagas, Siddhas, Charanas, Bhuyas, Vidyadhara, as well as such lower class human beings, such as Vaishya, Shudra, Vumana, and others. 11th canto, 12th chapter, shlok number 3, 4, 5, 6. Please put the translation. Oh, I want somebody should read the what I was reading. Prabhuji, can you read? In every yoga.
Every yoga, a living entity, entangled in the modes of passion and ignorance, gain the association of mighty. Thus, such living entities such as Daityas, Rakshasas, birds, beasts, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Nagas, Siddhas, Charanas, Bhuyakas, and Vidyadharas, as well as such lower human beings as the Vaishyas, Shudras, women, and others, were able to achieve my supreme abode. Dhritarashtra, Prahlad Maharaj, and others like him also achieved my abode by association with my devotees, as did personalities such as Vrishaparva, Bali Maharaj, Banasur, Maya, Vibhishana, Sugriva, Hanuman, Jambavan, Gajendra, Jatayu, Tuladhara, Dharmavyadha, Ubja, the gopis in Vrindavan and the wives of the Brahmanas who were performing sacrifice.
Very nice here. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So I'll read a few verses more and then we can start contemplating. The person I have mentioned did not undergo serious studies of Vedic literature, nor did they worship great saintly persons, nor did they execute severe vows or austerities. Simply by association with me and my devotees, they have achieved it. The inhabitants of Vrindavan, including the gopis, cows, unmoving creatures such as twins, Yamla trees, animals, living entities, being stunned consciousness such as the bushes and the ticks and the snakes such as Kalia, all achieve perfection of the life by unalloyed love for me and thus very easily achieved me. Even though one engages with great endeavor in the mystic yoga system, philosophical speculation, charity, vow, penances, ritualistic sacrifice, teachers of Vedic mantras to others, personal studies of Vedas or renounced sort of life, still one cannot achieve me. One cannot achieve me. The residents of Vrindavan, headed by gopis, were always completely attached to me in desperate love. Therefore, when my uncle Akrura brought my brother Balram with me to the city of Mathura, the residents of Vrindavan suffered extreme mental distress because of separation from me and could not find any source of happiness. Dear Uddhava, all these nights that this gopi spent with me, their most beloved in the land of Vrindavan seems to them to be passed in less than a moment. Bereaved of my association, however, the gopis felt that the same night dragged forever, as if the nights are equal to the day of Brahma. My dear Uddhava, just as the great sages in the yoga trance merge into self-realization, like river merges into the ocean, and thus not aware of the material names and forms. Similarly, the gopis of Vrindavan were so completely attached to me within their minds that they could not think of their own bodies or this world or of the future lives. The entire consciousness was simply bound in me. Of hundreds and thousands of gopi understanding me to be their most charming lover and had desired me in that way, were unaware of my actual position. Yet by intimately associating with me, the gopis attained me, the supreme truth. Therefore, my dear Uddhava, abandon the Vedic mantras as well as the process of supplementary Vedas, literatures, and their positive and negative injunction. Disregard them, that which has been heard and that has to be heard. Simply take shelter of me alone. For I am the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, situated in the heart of all conditional soul. Take shelter of me wholeheartedly, and by my grace be free from all circumstances. So, very nicely, Lord is Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vrajah Ham Tvam Sarva Papabhyo Shyami Suja. So, Lord is glorifying the bhakti process. That through bhakti, if somebody comes in contact with me, anyhow, it has to get, benefit or liberated for what you consider the ultimate goal of the life, to go back to the spiritual world somehow. And that's why Lord doesn't want anything. He asked only one thing in Bhagavad Gita. Again, 2 times he asked one thing in Bhagavad Gita. It's actually not nice, when you speak Sanskrit, you speak again and again. He said a definition, but Lord asks 2 times. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam avaishyasi yukdeva atmanam matparayanam. Again he says in the 18th state to Arjuna, why? Because what the Lord wants is your mind. Our mind is what He wants. And that is the last thing that we give to the Lord. And there are many bhavs that comes, many types of consciousness. It is said, Ado Shraddha Tada Sadhu Sangha in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. There are different stages to attain that love of God. Ado Shraddha, to have faith in the process. Ado Shraddha Tada Sadhu Sangha. The seed, what is association of devotees. Tada Sadhu Sangha. Ado Shraddha Tada Sadhu Sangha. And in Sadhu Sangha, you have to do bhajan. Ado Shraddha Tada Sadhu Sangha Bhajan Kriya. Anartha Nitya. Because without association and without performing bhajan kriya properly, that is called sadhana bhakti. What is called as sadhana. It takes a very long process. Sadhana bhakti is a long process. It's not a short process. So, Ado Shraddha Tada Sadhu Sangha Bhajan Kriya Anartha Nivritti. All the anarthas which are there sitting inside the Ravana 10 heads. Kava, Krodha, Loga, Madha, Moha, Matsarya, will get destroyed only through bhajan kriya, anartha nivritti. And when the anartha nivritti is done, and only the nishtha comes. Nishtha. Ado Shraddha Tada Sadhu Sangha Bhajan Kriya Anartha Nivritti Nishtha Ruchi. After nishtha comes the ruchi, the taste. And people say, "Look, what have the taste?" And Prabhupada always gives an example of a person who is a jaundiced person. Jaundiced person. The medicine for the jaundiced person, Prabhupada says that we have to give him sugarcane. You have to give him sugarcane. But the problem is that because of the conditioning, when he tastes the sugarcane, what happens? He doesn't get the taste. He doesn't get the taste. But what is the solution for that jaundiced person? He has to take more and more and more and more the sugarcane. And then, as his disease subsides, then he starts relishing the sugarcane juice. Similarly, many people come in bhakti and they can't sustain. So, Ado Shraddha Tada Sadhu Sangha Bhajan Kriya Anartha Ruchi Asakti Bhava and then Prema. Then comes the Asakti, then comes Bhava, and then comes Prema. So we all are at some stages of these things, but we have to understand. Now the examples they are given here, the highest examples are gopis. What were they? When you listen to, this Kartik, whatever you do with this Kartik, it is a bonus round. What? Actually speaking, my life of my bhakti started in Kartik. In 97, when I joined ISKCON, my Shiksha Guru in 1999,
he took me to Vrindavan. And it was only, we had planned for 5 6 days. How many days? जाएंगे थोड़ा, new, we were very new in the Bhakti. 5 6 days जाएंगे. My Shiksha Guru is told to let us go. But somehow or other, in Kartik month, we stayed there for 30 days completely without association. And that was my turning point of my life. So, frankly speaking. After that association of 30 days in Vrindavan with the devotees, that induced me to come for Mangalarti every day without fail. So powerful is that. And by Lord's mercy, never ever till today we have failed to go, because the only thing that when we go in the Kartik month, which our parampara and Acharya says, that coming in Vrindavan, you cannot enter or keep your feet without the blessing of Radharani. If Radharani wants, then only by purchasing ticket you can't go to Vrindavan. It's very difficult. You can't purchase a ticket. It's Radharani's mercy. When she calls, so whenever we go with a group, we enjoy a lot in Kartik over there. And what is the enjoyment? Dancing, kirtan, prasad, discussion, holy name, darshan, and seeing all the places. Not a single moment goes up to night during the Kartik. Not a single moment. And what we pray when we leave here, Radharani, please, please call us next year also. What? This is the only we want from you in this Kartik month. Why? Because without your permission, you cannot stay here. Imagine if you die and with that pending application that I want to come next year. And if you die, what will happen? You directly take birth in Guruma. Or a place where that situation is there. Because Radharani listens to the devotees. So, when we enter Dham, we should pray that again and again. And the boon of the Kartik month is whatever you do, it's 1,000 times. Offense also 1,000 times. What? So be careful. Offense also 1,000 times. Be careful. It's better to be in a sadhana and a bhakti and chanting. And more, we have to see that how we can see there are certain days in the year where government is very much, merciful. Like on the 15th August in India, they liberate many, people who are inmates in the jail after seeing their. They study the past history. Chalo, today is Independence Day. Let us liberate so many people. So out of mercy, this Kartik month has incarnated. Out of mercy. And in this Kartik month, vows have to be taken. Vows have to be taken. Extra vows have to be taken. Something extra we have. Normally, what we are doing, if we are chanting 1 round, take a vow that I chant 4 rounds. If you are chanting 4 rounds, take a vow you are chanting 8 rounds. If you are chanting 8 rounds, take a vow in this month that will chant 16 rounds. If I am chanting 16 rounds, take a vow I'll chant 32 rounds. If I am chanting 32 rounds, take a vow of 60. And if you are chanting 64 rounds, then 128 rounds. In short, my Guru Maharaj always says double. What you have to do? Double. Double it. Whatever efforts are there, if you double it,
Because see, we all have to go back. We all have to go back to the spiritual world. Somebody is on a cycle, somebody is on a motorcycle, somebody is in car, somebody is, on a Mercedes, or somebody is in a plane car, somebody is flying aeroplane. So in this Kartik month, you get a chance of getting in an aeroplane. Whatever your speed is, but the chances you sit in this aeroplane, at least some distance will be covered fast. It's very, very important. So, this Kartik month, the Sharad Purnima Ratra, the gopis, here the first is that how gopis, the incidents is given here. What was their consciousness? Why are they considered to be the highest of all the devotees? That's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu incarnate to show what is real love. When Mahaprabhu used to see Jagannath, tears of torrent of rain used to come out of her mouth. Torrent of rain used to come out. Huh? The hands, the teeth used to shatter. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teeth used to shatter. And, blood used to pour out of the veins because of so much intensity inside of it. The throat used to get chopped. Jagannath. That was the intensity of the love of gopis. They stood, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to jump up and fall like a bag of bones. In this chapter, especially in 11th chapter, Lord is clearly saying to Uddhava, Ashilasya, no, this Nayanam Galadashudha, Vadanam Gadagada Buddhaya Gira, Ulake Vichitam Vapu Kada, Tavanam Grahene Bhavishyati, Yugaitam Niveshena, Chakshusha Pravoshaitam, Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam, Govinda Virahe. Unless and until this stage is not attained, how can you purify yourself and the world? This is the stage which is expected. When the child is in the school, we say that one day you have to become doctor, one day you have to become PhD, one day you have to become this. We always, so these gopis are that standard of love that we have to achieve one day. But we all are having baggages, karma baggages. What? Everybody is having karma baggages. Somebody has more, somebody has less. And everybody has to go to that goal of that standard. And the key to is association. Association. What? That is what Lord is saying here. By association. So gopis, when they used to the situation, in Kartik month, every day we sing the Gopi Geet at the night time. Jayati te dhikam janmana braja shayata indriya shashvadatari Daita Drishyata Dikshutavaha Tvaidrita Sava Swam Vichimbate. You have to understand that this was small, the gopis, they had so much austerities. 1 month Katyani Varta they had done. They had done
1 month. In the cold, now this for coming month. See, Bhagavatam gives the answer for everything. If you want a very nice husband, go for the Katyayani. How did the gopis perform the Katyayani? Pray to the Lord. The 1 month they did the austerity. At the end of the month, Lord appeared and told that whatever your desires, I'll fulfill. So that the Shishra Purnima Rathri. And Lord played the flute and called all the gopis. And you know what was the position when Lord played that gopi, their flute? You know, everybody left everything and were running. And when the gopis came, Lord started giving Bhagavad Gita class to them. Arey, why you have came over here? What the people will say? Huh? You should meditate on me. I am the Supreme Soul. And these gopis are, just seeing down. It is like, if somebody has become a sannyasi, what? And then his Guru Maharaj comes and he tells the sannyasi that you are not the body, you are the soul. What? You should go to the material life. That, what are you wanting here? If the Guru Maharaj tells the sannyasi, then what are you thinking? So, that way the Lord was speaking to the gopis. And ultimately, very nice answers were given by the gopis. The counter thing to the Lord. And after that, the Lord actually, played with all the gopis. We have to understand, all gopis are expansion. They are not different from Radharani. They are expansion of Radharani. And Radharani is Krishna himself. So actually, Lord is playing with himself, not playing with any other. Haladini Shakti, what we call Radharani. And all the gopis are expansion of Haladini Shakti. This is the question. So, Lord in that wanted to teach us the lesson of separation. In separation, if Lord is not there, how the devotee behaves, what condition happened. Little ego came in the heart of gopis. Little ego. The Lord is playing with me. And to rectify that ego, what happened? Lord disappeared from the class of Gita. And then, what was the situation of the gopis? They were merged, they became mad. They became completely mad. And what were they doing in the absence of Lord? Everybody started, imitating all the leelas which Lord did. One became Putana, one became Aghasur, one became Kalia, and one started dancing. So they were remembering in that precarious situation. And when they sang this Gopi Geet in that bhava, the only thing they wanted, Lord, please come. They were not thinking for themselves. He says, when you, in the daytime also, when you walk, it's so painful for us. The Gopi says, so painful that the cows are walking and the grasses are there behind. And when you walk on that, it pains us. And in the night time when there is nothing to see, how I can walk, how much pain it will give us. That intensity, they were crying. And you know that we cannot live. And if you wanted to kill, the Gopi says, why didn't you kill in the fire? Huh? The forest fire happened, Kalyanag incident happened. Huh? When Indra came, that time you should have killed us. Aghasur, Bakasur, many asuras came, that time you should have killed us. Why today? Why did you save us that day? The Gopis are saying. So that was that intense power of gopis. Anybody, like all the names mentioned here, that Daitya, Rakshasas, Beast, Gandharva, Apsara, Nag, Siddha, Charan, huh? All these people, anybody of any class, if comes somehow comes in contact with the Lord, it has the power to do it. The greatest example is in America, or Srila Prabhupada showed to all the hippies, right? It was a great fortunate for them that Srila Prabhupada, the embodiment of love, came and he came in contact with the hippies and they got purified. They got purified. What to speak here, it is mentioned about Kansa. Kansa, what happened Kansa? Every day he was just fearing of the Lord. You know Kansa? He used to get up or sit or sleep. I used to only see Lord. in the if you used to see water में तो नहीं है. If somebody used to write, "Arey, Krishna is coming," he was so fearful that sitting, sleeping, he used to just think of Krishna. What about Shishupal, which is mentioned over here? From the birth, he used to give bad words. He used to give bad words. And he was so envious that Lord wanted to increase the envious. That's why the marriage of Rukmani Devi was wished to Shishupal. Lord kidnapped Rukmani Devi. So that envious increased more. And that time Jarasandha was saying, "Don't worry, don't get worse. I was defeated 17 times." By the Lord. First time हुआ है तुम्हारे साथ. We'll try again. We'll try again. So whenever Shishupal used to get a chance, just talk about Krishna. What? That was the mentality of Shishupal. Then what is speaking about the Pandavas, Sambandha. What the word that is used? Sambandha. Just one establishing relationship with Yudhishthir, Pandavas. They had so much love for the Lord. So much love. And because of having that affectional love for the Lord, they liberated. And I'll tell you one story about that affection. If you have so much affection for the Lord, the Raghu Arikshita story. Have you heard the Raghu Arikshita story in Jagannath Puri? Very beautiful story. That he was a businessman's son, big son. He was a businessman's son, big son. And how in the olden days that marriage used to happen in childhood. Marriage was fixed. Then the girl was sent when he attained the proper thing. Then it was sent. So, since they were very rich, so the girl was also from a rich family, very rich family. But by Krishna's mercy, what happened? Jagannath mercy. Was a strong devotee. His father, mother died. Who's Raghu? And he was now alone. And then he had a propensity of giving the donation more. So, he gave away everything and ultimately became a beggar. Who? Raghu. And what happened? Then, now he had nothing with him. Nothing. So, he left
the place where he lived, and he went to Jagannath. Says, I will now beg and live as a brahmachari and live a life over there. I'll beg and beg. But here the girl, father, mother, they were very upset. They were very upset what to do. The boy has gone. But in the olden days, that faith was there. If he is my husband, that he is my only husband. I will not take another husband. Because of the condition he left. So the family members were now trying to marry the girl to another person who was also a king person. Now she had strong faith in the Lord. And she wrote a letter. In the olden days, the letter is done to go early. So she wrote a letter to a Brahmana and to a Brahmana that you are going to Jagannath Puri. Please give this letter to my husband over there. That you are my husband. And now they are planning for another marriage. Now you have to see, if you don't come, I'll leave my body. But I will not do another marriage. I will not go for another marriage. Now what happened? By the day the Brahmana reached Jagannath Puri, it was the last day of the marriage. And somehow this Raghu Arakshita, was strong faith in God, strong faith and attachment in God. He was sitting at the Sinhadwar of Jagannath Puri. And this person met and gave the letter. And he saw the letter of the wife. And the wife is saying that 7 days from now, my marriage is going to happen. And if you don't come and take me, I will not do second marriage. So he's absolutely saying that today is the last day. How can I reach? I do not have anything. He went to the Lord Jagannath and prayed to God. Lord, whatever you want to do, you do. I do not have anything with me. How can I go? How can I do other things? And he went and grabbed the letter. And he just was praying. And in that he fell asleep. He went to sleep there. Lord, out of affection and love, sincerity of that devotee, he called Vaita, the Vaita. He ordered Vaita, immediately take this Raghu from here and put him in his village. So in night only he was transferred there. Where? In the village. So when he got up in the morning, he is seeing that I am in front of my house, of my wife. How is it possible? Then he remembered this miracle of Jagannath. What? It's a miracle of Jagannath. So Jagannath wants now stay. So then he got up and he is knocking the door. And when their father and mother sees that हमारा जमाई आ गया, the Jamai has come, in-law has come, they are shocked. What to do, what not to do? Now marriage is going to happen in 1 or 2 days. What to do? And they decided to kill him. They decided to kill him because anyhow he's a beggar. Who is going to see it? So when he entered inside, they poisoned the prasad which was offered to the Lord. They poisoned the prasad. And he saw that the food was offered to Jagannath. And then when the food came, he humbly took that food. But in that food, the wife had kept it, as a paper, writing it that please don't eat this prasad, it is poisoned. Because she was not able to speak it. And when the prasad came, seeing that it is Lord Mahaprasad, he lovingly was honoring it without knowing that it is poison. But as soon as that chip came and he opened up, where his wife was writing, please don't eat.
It is poison. What? It is poison. He started and crying. He cried that my Lord has eaten it. Why can't I eat? Huh? He ate entire prasad and he died. Left his body. But this is not the end of the story. The wife was so staunch and so strong and so pure in his love for the Lord and the she started crying at the feet of God. That how can you do this to your devotees? How can you do this to your devotees? You can't. You have to say that. You have to do this. And seeing that love and devotion and that determination, Lord Jagannath personally came there at the night. You know, they were all preparing in the morning to bury the body of Raghu. Lord personally came and touched him and revived him. So he got up, Raghu, and when he got up, he saw, hey, I had died. But Lord has revived me. Lord has revived me. And, you know, he decided that now we can't stay over. We have to leave this place. And then, when the father and mother came, the Raghu told that it is not your fault. What he told? It's not your fault. It was my karma. What? That I had to eat this poison is not your karma. But now, I can't blame you, but I can't stay here also. I will leave immediately. And I don't want to trouble you. If you want to send your wife, your daughter, it's okay. Otherwise, I'll leave. So then they said, take the wife. You saw the chamatkar, they said, take the wife. Let's see what happens. So they took it. They took the wife and they were both good. The person who was going to get married was the king person, king's man. When he knew that my wife is getting stolen by Raghu, and so he sent an army. Isko pakado, catch it. And he sent army. And the wife is upset. What to do now? So then Raghu told, though the Lord Jagannath who saved me, who sent you here, who saved me from the death path, he will only save us from this. Because there is no other hope. And at that time, seeing that faith and dedication, 2 horses, white and black horse, came. And they took them. And what happened? That they were going, and all the other armies, they saw that there were thousands and thousands of horses and thousands of, and seeing that thousands and thousands of horses, they negated. Oh, they were only 2. But the opposite party were seeing how many? Thousands and thousands. The same thing happened with Shivaji Maharaj. When Tukaram was singing and all the Mughals came, he was singing Tukaram. Tukaram prayed to the Lord. And what happened? Because of the praying of the Lord, everybody was chanting, they became Shivaji in the eyes of the Mughals. So when the Mughals entered inside, what they saw? All Shivajis. Where is the original Shivaji? So that is the power of pure devotee, chanting. So he had so much faith and conviction that Lord personally left into Jagannath Puri. And in Jagannath Puri, they lived a life to meditate in a boat of them. And the only business of Raghu was to serve the Vaishnavas. Whoever Vaishnavas come, used to serve them. And he was very famous for serving the prasadam. So one night what happened? A group of people came at night and he didn't have anything. No. But out of courtesy, he told that
I can't. Then he told us, but go and ask something, you should go and bring something. He says, we do not have anything. How can serve the devotees? So, out of this, the wife went. And at night time she went. She went to the shopkeepers, many shopkeepers. And she told the shopkeepers, no, you do not have money. You have to stay with a night with me. And she came back. Just this is what is happening. The who told, see, now the situation is that we have to take something. Later we will see the situation, agree and go and agree and tell her to give the food. She brings, she serves the Vaishnavas. And now the night is coming. What to do? That person is going to come. Raghu is sitting. All the stories are given in Sri Jagannath. Even the book is given also. Understand, if you see, this all stories, what I'm saying is written by the Purushottam Maharaj. Now, outside that book is there. All these pastimes are there. So, he's sitting there with the wife, and she is saying, wife, you sit inside. Let us deal with the situation, whatever question. So that merchant comes at night time. And he's sitting outside. The wife is inside. So he says, okay, you can go inside the room. He's chanting the prayer to Lord Jagannath, please save us. What to do, what not to do. As he enters inside the room, he sees that the Mataji is sitting on the lap of this. What? Mataji is sitting on the lap of Nrsimhadev. And he got the Nrsimhadev darshan instead of the pet. He trembled and fell down at the feet of Mataji and started crying. That I desired so long about you. And because of your purity, because of you, I got the darshan of Nrsimhadev. He started crying, coming out, and he fell at the feet of, Raghu. Raghu was thinking, what happened? Why you are crying? Something wrong happened. Then, it's my mistake. You are like the father, she is like the mother. From today onwards, whoever the guest comes, my shop is open 24 hours for you. You feel how much you want, you can give it. So there are so many incidents. You see, all types of devotees you take. Whether you take a Kshatriya, whether you take a Brahmana, whether Amrish Maharaj incidents, we know he was the king. We know about Sudama Brahmana. How dedication. Lord, he went to the Lord. But his families were starving for 7 days. But when we go to Lord, we should give something. That was the power of Sudama. They begged from 7 places. And when they begged and they gave, they would have given that puffed rice to their child also. But they didn't give it to the child. That the power was that when we go to the Lord, we should give something. And one night only, Sudama stayed at the Brahman, in the house of Dwarka. And the discussion was going on of how the things are in the Gurukul was going on. He didn't give that, puffed rice to the Lord. Shiva, what we call it. Lord actually pulled it. Lord pulled it. And one eating like this, two, and at the third, Lakshmi Devi stopped. That if you give, you eat this third morsel also, we will have to leave this Dwarka and we'll have to serve them. Because when the first palace was made of Dwarka, of Sudama, and the wife was saying that if you are in Jhopatpatti, in the slum, if you're making this one palace, and it doesn't look nice, you have to make all palaces. So all the entire Porbandar was made to palaces because of that. And that entire night they were speaking, they didn't talk. They were always speaking about the loving relationship they had. But Lord didn't do that what he has given. And Sudha was so happy while leaving that Lord didn't give me anything. Lord didn't give me anything. He's so merciful. Because he knows I will fall down. So he's going there in a loving mood to his village, and he's going and seeing that everything has changed. Where is my jhupri? Where is my house? And when he's there to Paris, the wife has become beautiful, the children have become so young. Seeing this, they are so, at that time, Sudama cries. Sudama cries out of love. That Lord, why did you give so much to me? I'm not so much. So what I'm trying to say, that the point of the thing that here is that bhakti purifies everybody. And 2 minutes thing I will read and we'll find out the thing. How to perform the bhakti. Lord also says, my dear Uddhava, one can give up the false pride and prestige by engaging in the following devotional service. One may purify oneself by seeing me, touching me, worshipping me, serving and offering prayers of glorification and obeisances to my form as a deity and to my pure devotees. One should also glorify my transcendental qualities and activities, hear and love and faith the narration of my glories constantly and meditate on them. One should offer me whatever one acquires. One accepts oneself as my eternal servant. One should give oneself completely to me. One should always discuss my birth and activities and enjoy life by practicing in the temple, participating in temple. One should also participate in festivals and ceremonies by singing, dancing, playing musical instrument and discussing me with other Vaishnavas. One should observe all the regular celebrated annual festival by attending ceremonies, pilgrimages, and making offerings. One should also observe religious vows such as Ekadashi and take initiation by procedures of mentioned in the Vedas, Pancharatras and others. Similarly, literally, one should faithfully and lovingly support the installation of my deities and individually or in cooperation with others, one should work for the construction of Krishna consciousness temple and cities, as well as flowers, gardens, fruit gardens, special areas to celebrate. My pastime, one should consider myself. One should consider oneself to be my humble servant without duplicacy and should help to clean the temple with my home. First, one should sweep and dust thoroughly, and then one should further cleanse with water and powder. Having dried the temple, one should sprinkle scented waters and decorate the temple with flowers. One should thus act like my servant. A devotee should never advertise his devotional activities. Therefore, his service will not be the cause of his false pride. One should never use the lamp that are offered to me or other purposes simply because there is a need of illumination. And similarly, one should never offer me anything that has been offered or used by others. Whatever is most dear by one within the material world and whatever is most dear to oneself, one should offer that everything to him. Such an offering qualities is in an eternal life. So here, this is what we want to do in sadhana bhakti. This is the standard of sadhana bhakti, which lost tells, and we should go on. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Sorry for taking a little longer class, because when we go to speak about the glories of the Lord and the pastimes of the Lord, they are unlimited pastimes. Huh? Any comments or any suggestions or anything which can help me, or any points which we should remember in today's class? What are the main points which we should take away? do this class. Yes, Prabhu.
I especially liked the description that you told about how gopis were completely absorbed in the Lord. Very beautiful. How they were the different pastimes of the Lord, they were integrated and enacting in the separation of the Lord. So absorbed. It was very awesome. And the good pastime was very amazing. What comes out, how comes out, how we absorb. But you explained the today's translation very nicely, covered everything. So the very wholesome class and
Any other point already which you liked in the class?
I like the story of the movie. And also, we told that, just by associating with devotees, one can get closer to Krishna.
Yes,
And they are
serving the devotees.
serving devotees and that is so much hope giving because there are so many things sometimes we can't follow. Like but then by Prabhupada's mercy, we have temple here, so we get association of devotees. So we're very fortunate. So I have some hope.
Everybody has a hope. Yes, Prabhuji.
I have not a question. I have a question for you, kind of question.
Yeah.
Like many of the pastimes you mentioned, because these pastimes of such great devotees, they so completely absorbed and dance also. But sometimes when I hear the intensity of the pastime, the intensity of the but I think it also comes in with Radhikashtam, that when Radharani expresses symptoms, even other gopis feel overwhelmed by the intensity of
Intensity of
Radharani.
Radharani.
So,
They feel we are not doing
so
anything.
how to see these intense pastimes and intense devotional symptoms? For certain like me, it is like everything is over.
Nothing is over. We all are in a train of Srila Prabhupada. We are train of Srila Prabhupada. And we are all at some of the stages to go to the point of love. Adu Shraddha, the Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya. For some people, the Bhajan Kriya process may be very long. Some but we are in the process. Neha Vikramanashu Asti, Satyavalana Vidyate, Swalpamaste Dharmaste Trayate. Whatever we are doing is not going to waste. And as I told you, everybody has the karma baggage. Karma baggage. Everybody has the karma baggage. Especially the grahasthas have more karma baggage. When they have children, when they have work, when they have many other things to do. But we have to go on. We have to go on somehow or other. We have to go on sincerely praying to the Prabhupada and praying to the Lord that please help me out, please help me out. And when we sincerely pray, Krishna takes seriously, as we were discussing. Krishna takes seriously. You want to go out, but Krishna will not let you go out. So we have to just try it on and the association and praying the humble that how I can be useful. Time will come, only the time is separated. The time is separated. Srila Prabhupada, he wanted to do business, if you know. 3 times, Lord, break down, he completed his entire business with break down. He wanted to become a rich person, or do a businessman and then help it out. But Krishna had some different plan for him. 3 times. One time the factory was burned, one time all the money which was there was lost. One time in Bombay he had doing very nice thing there also. And there what he was doing, he was helping the Gaudiya Math establish the temples. And he was finding that I'm finding successful in this thing, but in the material things I'm a complete failure. So from the life of Srila Prabhupada, from the life of many other people also we can learn that Only time is separating. What is this? Time is separating. Otherwise, we have to just stay like in the moment. And only the time will come when Lord at the right time will help us out.
Guruji, on top of that, like seeing the same thing overwhelmed by the intensity and the kind of pastime that take place. So sometimes desire may also come. Do I really want this kind of intensity, or I want little like sober way state?
See what happens.
So how to get conviction that I even want to go in that overwhelmed
See, it was always said, हमारे बच्चे को है ना, we tell our children, take 100 marks. What you should win? 100 marks in the class. Become top. You know, we always try to plan. Why? If you say that bring 35 marks, he will fail. He will fail. If he only plans to have 35 marks in the exam, he will definitely fail. But if you plan to give him top class, then one thing is for sure, you will pass it out. You will pass the exam. So one thing is for sure, when we speak about this, I know. So itna nahi to thoda to kare. So one nice example comes of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada wanted one person to become a, he joined the movement just now. And he married. And he came to know that Prabhupada wanted him to become a president of the temple. What? President of a temple. So he prepared all the answers that I don't want to become a president of the temple because I'm so much followed. I'm so much this thing. I'm so much this. He had prepared all answers. When he went to Srila Prabhupada was very nice. No, how are you? What are you doing? That you have called me. That is seva that you wanted to do. Yes, I want you to become a sannyasi. What? Sannyasi? I can't become sannyasi. I've just got married. Then what's the problem? We'll take care of your wife. Then no. He's giving all answers. I can't become sannyasi. I can't do this. I can't do this. Lot of work is doing. Prabhupada says, we'll take care. You become just sannyasi and dedicate your life to me. Says, whatever you say, Prabhupada, I will do, but I will not become sannyasi. Then Prabhupada says, become a president of this temple and take care of this. So, when you hire a guru, at least you know that you will not go down. So when we speak in Bhagavatam, this complete things, we know that it's very, very hard, very, very touchy. But the main point is that if we can't reach, at least we can come to a point, some point of time, where we feel that we have to do something more in our life. I have to chant more. I have to dedicate my life more. I can't become I. We know that we can't in this life. But we speak. Utsaha Vishya to have inspiration. Because after this class, some inspiration should be there. That in our life should be dedicated to the Prabhupada mission. Because people are suffering out. They require this knowledge. They require this message. This is what is accepted from our Prabhupada. So how we can be helpful? We have a condition, we have a problems, we have everything. And with that also we have to push on. Very Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for tolerating more than required.